What is going on, Bold Nation, and welcome to another Friday the 13th video. And today we are taking a revisit look at the heavy hitter perk because I heard a lot of comments in the comment section down below, as you see them right there popping up in the screen. Boom, pum, pum, boom, bada bing, bada boom. A lot of you guys were saying you didn't test it correctly. You didn't test it correctly because, it's not when he falls down. It's actually when he gets stunned and he does his little animation. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go back to the videos I recorded, go back, do a little behind the scenes of all the videos I have, and double check the perk to make sure I'm giving you guys the accurate information. Now, one thing I do want to let you guys know as well is the perk I have is a 30% perk. The highest you could go on this perk is an epic, which is a 40%. So it's not, my perk is actually pretty good to actually test this out. I tested this out with Tiffany and I tested this out with chat, so you guys could be like, oh, well, you tested it with the wrong counselor. I wanted to make sure I covered every single ground so you guys wouldn't be so hesitant to figure out, oh man, he didn't test it correctly. So two things I want to point out with the perk. One of the first additions is when you hit Jason and he falls down to the ground, that is considered a stun. Just to let you guys know, it will pop up on the screen saying he has been stunned and he falls down to the ground. So the perk should actually prong when he falls to the ground. Another thing I want to go ahead and point out is that in order for this perk to be viable for your inventory, for you to actually consider this perk, the stun has to work for a longer period of time, not like a millisecond, not like 2 seconds, but a good amount of time for you to get away from Jason. I saw some comments saying that 20 seconds, 30 seconds. I was like, man, where do I get this perk? Because I haven't had it pronged the way you guys were saying in the comments. So here are the tests we found. Here's the first test with Tiffany. We do a regular slow motion test. I'm going to give you guys the angles not only of her, but also a slow-mo and also a quick view on the way it looks from Jason's side. And you will notice that there is a little bit, like a smidgen of advantage you get. Now, granted, I would say this would be considerable okay if my perk wasn't that high of a tier. But since my perk is such a high tier, this little amount of advantage that you get from stunning, it kind of makes the perk obsolete, because there's really no point on you wasting a perk slot for that little amount of time that you're actually going to be able to stun them. When I go ahead and do my MythBusters test, I always take in consideration if the perk is going to be viable. If I consider the perk to not be viable and not give you any sort of advantage and wasting that perk slot, I consider that perk to not be working. And maybe I should have clarified that a little bit more when I do my MythBusters, because I don't want you guys to be using perks that are not going to be working for you, and it's just going to take that empty slot. Now, granted, if this works on the PlayStation 4 and on the PC, please guys do me the huge favor, send me some footage or something that where I could actually test it or view this, or if you guys would like to share your account and let me hop in there and do the testing that way, I would greatly appreciate it. But for right now, on the Xbox side, the perk does work slightly with a smidgen of advantage, which to me makes the perk not work in the sense of it's not considered a good perk, especially to occupy a tier slot. So a couple of you were saying, you know what, Laser, it's not the fact that the perk doesn't work, it's just the character you guys are using to test this perk. So I tried this with multiple characters. I tried this with Tiffany, as you guys already saw. We got on Shad because a lot of people were saying, oh, Shad messed man, Shad with the plan. And then when I got on there, I was like, oh my goodness, it actually might work, because Shad wasn't even getting scared. He wasn't even flinching. But granted, guys, it works the same way. A smidgen amount of advantage once again with this perk. To me, like, I don't want to sound repetitive, but if the perk doesn't do that much of an advantage, it's not going to be viable. I mean, I saw a couple comments, like I said, 20 to 30 seconds. I was like, oh my goodness, that's really good, right? I want to have that perk. And if this perk would work, this would be one of the best perks to use as a counselor, because you're going to be able to stun Jason, get away, have a more advantage if this perk would actually work. Now, one question I do have from you guys, because I did see this repetitively in the comments, is when I do my testing, I try to cut off a lot of testing that I do just so I won't make the videos too long. But if you guys want me to include that additional information and that additional footage, let me know in the comment section down below if you guys do, and I'll go ahead and add more footage on the videos. Also, what is the next perk I should be testing? And don't forget, guys, we are doing a top 5 Friday the 13th videos, which should be live this weekend, so I'm really excited for that. I'm going to put a lot of work into actually editing that, so hopefully you guys enjoy that. Just a quick reminder, the email is f13clips@gmail.com. It's also down in the description, so make sure you guys go ahead and do that. So make sure you guys go ahead and submit it. Don't forget to include your gamer tag, because I can put your name on the video. That would be amazing. So let me know, what will be the next perks for the MythBusters? MythBusters? Please let me know in the comments section down below. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it informative. Now, if you did, please remember to help me out by liking the video and most importantly, sharing the video with your friends. If you want to stay up to date with all things Friday the 13th, make sure you hit that sub button. And if you want to get in touch with me and stay informed on the latest things that are happening in the channel, the best way is to hit me up on Twitter at GFLaserbolt. The link is down below, and also follow me on Twitch. If you would like to support the channel, you can always join the Laser Nation by supporting us via Patreon. Once again, the link is also down below. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next video.